Hey, 49ers fans, it's time to dive deep into everything that went down with our team in the preseason. I've been watching every snap, every tackle, every moment where players stepped up and proved they belong on this roster. And let me tell you, there's a lot to unpack. First off, we have to talk about Nick Martin. Man, this guy's been turning heads lately. I know some people were a little unsure after the first few games, wondering if he could really live up to expectations. But yesterday, Nick Martin showed everyone exactly why the 49ers drafted him. He wasn't just present on the field, he dominated. His ability to read plays, close gaps, and make those split-second decisions that force turnovers is exactly the kind of energy a team like San Francisco needs. On one play, he fights through a block, keeps his eyes locked on the ball, and forces a fumble. That kind of instinct, that kind of grit is what wins games, and seeing him out there in action is nothing short of electric. And it's not just the big highlight plays that make Nick stand out. It's his consistency, his awareness, and the way he moves on the field. Watching him separate from the pack, tracking runners, and finishing with those open field tackles, you start to understand just how important he could be for this defense. And for a guy who is also taking reps on special teams, it's even more impressive. It's clear the coaches love him, and you can see why. He's got that old-school football mentality, that relentless drive to do whatever it takes, whether it's in a linebacker role or chasing down plays in the open field. But while we're talking about defensive standouts, we can't ignore the rest of the depth chart. The linebacker room, for instance, is quietly becoming a strength of this roster. Fred Warner, of course, is the anchor, but behind him, players like Luke Ford, Tatum Bethune, Curtis Robinson, and Nick Martin himself are creating a really impressive rotation. Some of these guys might not be household names yet, but they are proving week after week that they can step up when called upon. Curtis Robinson, in particular, has a story that deserves attention. After turning down a starting opportunity elsewhere just to learn from veterans, missing an entire season with an ACL injury, and coming back to contribute on a play like a pick six, his resilience and commitment are nothing short of inspirational. You can't teach that kind of dedication. It comes from within, and it's exactly the kind of presence a team needs in the locker room. On the offensive side, there's a lot of encouraging news as well. Players like Austin Pleasants are showing that even in a preseason game, when snaps are limited, preparation and focus make all the difference. Pleasants performed exceptionally, handling his assignments against a variety of opponents, demonstrating versatility and intelligence in his technique. Connor KBY has also earned recognition for his run blocking, which is always a critical factor for the 49ers style of play. Seeing these players step up and perform in a variety of situations gives fans confidence that the team is building depth, not just relying on star power. Depth, as we all know, is what carries a team through a grueling season, and the 49ers seem to be excelling at that. Then you look at the wide receiver group, and while there are some questions about long-term roles, the immediate outlook is solid. Christian McCaffrey remains a cornerstone, of course, and seeing Brian Robinson Jr. stepping into the RB2 role with confidence is reassuring. Players like Jauan Jennings bring energy and talent, and while he might not stay on this roster forever, his ability to contribute immediately makes him a valuable asset for this season. Watching him on the field, ready to prove himself every snap, you can feel the hunger, the drive to make every opportunity count. That kind of mentality is contagious for a team, especially when a player is motivated to take the next step in his career. Isaac Gendo, meanwhile, has been dealing with some minor injuries, but it's encouraging to see him getting back out there, even if he's not at full capacity yet. His presence on special teams and in rotation gives the 49ers additional options and flexibility, which will be crucial as the season unfolds. Depth isn't just about numbers. It's about players who can adapt, step in, and execute when called upon. And Gendo is a perfect example of that. Injuries are part of football, and teams that can navigate them while keeping players performing at a high level are the ones that thrive. Defensively, the line has a mix of established talent and rising stars. Nick Bosa remains the anchor, but players like Mike Williams, Alfred Collins, C.J. West, Bryce Huff, and Jordan Elliott are proving that the front seven is more than just one superstar. Sebastian Valdez, or Hulk, as the team likes to call him, has been a revelation. This undrafted free agent has climbed up the depth chart and shown he can make a real impact, whether it's pressuring the quarterback, disrupting runs, or simply holding his ground against bigger blockers. Seeing a player like him thrive in the preseason is a reminder that football is as much about heart and effort as it is about pedigree. Special teams also deserve a nod. Players like Jake Moody carry enormous responsibility. And while every kicker faces pressure, the mental toughness required to maintain consistency is immense. Even when misses happen, the ability to bounce back, focus, and deliver in critical moments is what separates reliable contributors from the rest. This team has coaches who know how to get the best out of players in these positions, and it shows. From veterans to undrafted free agents, every individual who can step up and execute gives the 49ers a stronger, more cohesive unit overall. Looking at the preseason as a whole, one of the most fascinating aspects is seeing how undrafted and lower-profile players are carving out roles. Guys like Chase Lucas, Nick Martin, Curtis Robinson, and Sebastian Valdez exemplify how preparation, coaching, and determination can turn opportunities into results. These aren't just practice squad fillers. These are players who can influence games, make key plays, and provide the team with the versatility it needs to succeed. The coaching staff deserves credit here, too, because recognizing talent and giving these players the chance to shine is crucial. Watching these performances reminds you why football isn't just about names on a jersey. It's about execution, adaptability, and heart. The depth across positions, from linebackers to wide receivers to the defensive line, is shaping up to be one of the 49ers' biggest strengths heading into the season. Even with injuries and competition for roster spots, there's a clear sense that players are rising to the occasion, proving their value, and making the coaching staff's decisions easier when it comes time to finalize the active roster. Watching these battles unfold is fascinating because it gives fans a glimpse of the future, a chance to see not just who will play this year, but who has the potential to become a cornerstone of the franchise in years to come. And let's be honest, part of the fun of preseason football is seeing the unexpected shine. Undrafted players making plays, rookies stepping up, and even veterans showing renewed energy. It's all part of the story. For the 49ers, it's not just about individual performances. It's about how each piece fits together, how depth charts evolve, and how coaches maximize the talent at their disposal. The blend of experience and new talent is what makes watching this team so compelling. As we dig deeper into the 49ers roster, it's impossible not to notice the intricacies of the offensive line and how much work these guys are putting in. Austin Pleasants, for instance, has been quietly excelling in his role. Preseason games are tricky because snaps are limited and rotations are constantly changing, but Pleasants has handled every assignment with poise. He's showing a blend of strength and technique that makes him a dependable part of the line. And it's not just him. Connor KBUI has been turning heads with his run-blocking ability. You can see the difference when he gets a push at the line of scrimmage. He's creating lanes and giving the running backs a chance to make plays. The offensive line is often underappreciated, but these performances are crucial. They set the tone for the running game, protect the quarterback, and establish the physical identity that defines this team. Speaking of running backs, the depth at that position is fascinating to observe. Christian McCaffrey, naturally, is the centerpiece, but Brian Robinson Jr. stepping into the RB2 role has been encouraging. He's not just filling a spot. He's asserting himself as someone who can be relied upon when called into action. The 49ers have also been managing player workloads carefully, especially with Isaac Gendo, who's coming off some injuries. It's a delicate balance, getting players reps to stay sharp while also protecting them for the regular season. Watching how they navigate that balance is intriguing because it shows the thought and strategy behind roster management. Every touch, every carry, and every snap is being weighed, and you can see the coaching staff making calculated decisions to maximize the team's long-term potential. Wide receivers have also been under the microscope. Christian McCaffrey, of course, dominates attention, but players like Jauan Jennings have been quietly effective. He's showing the kind of energy and reliability that makes him a valuable piece of the passing game. While it's true that he might not be a long-term fixture with the 49ers, his presence this season will be impactful. Watching him on the field, you see a player who understands his role, who's ready to seize every opportunity, and who's determined to leave a mark. That mindset is contagious. It lifts teammates and strengthens the overall offensive unit. Ricky Pierce and Russell Gage are also carving out roles that will matter once the season begins in earnest. Their ability to execute in both practice and preseason games gives the team confidence that the passing attack can be more than just a supporting element. It can be a weapon. Turning back to the defensive side, Nick Martin continues to impress. His ability to switch roles, take on blockers, and make game-changing plays is remarkable. But it's not just him. The linebacker room overall is full of players proving they deserve their spots. Fred Warner anchors the group, but the depth behind him, from Luke Ford to Tatum Bethune to Curtis Robinson, shows that the 49ers are building a robust rotation capable of handling multiple scenarios. Curtis Robinson's story is particularly inspiring. After missing a full season due to an ACL injury, he comes back and makes plays that impact the outcome of games. His dedication to learning from veterans, staying in the system, and executing at a high level is a reminder of how commitment and resilience define successful football careers. Watching him on the field is a lesson in perseverance, and it's the kind of story that adds depth to the narrative of a team in transition. The defensive line is another area where depth is showing its value. Nick Bosa remains the undisputed star, but rising players like Mike Williams, C.J. West, and Jordan Elliott are making contributions that keep opponents on edge. Then there's Sebastian Valdez, affectionately known as Hulk, who is proving to be a force despite being an undrafted free agent. Valdez's ability to rush the passer, disrupt plays, and even hold up against the run adds an unexpected edge to the defensive front. Watching him develop in real time is exciting because it illustrates how football is about more than draft status. It's about preparation, opportunity, and seizing the moment. Players like him remind fans that talent can be found in unexpected places, and when properly nurtured, it can change the trajectory of a team's season. Special teams, often overlooked, are playing a huge role as well. Jake Moody carries enormous pressure as the kicker. While it's easy to focus on a missed kick or extra point, the ability to recover mentally and stay consistent is crucial. In preseason, every play matters not just for the score, but for confidence. Having a dependable kicker is essential, and seeing Moody navigate that pressure is encouraging. Beyond the kicker, players across the special teams units are showing grit, awareness, and tenacity that will be vital as the season progresses. From coverage teams to returners, the contributions here are tangible and influential, and watching these units execute at a high level provides a sense of stability for the team as a whole. The cornerback and safety positions are also worth noting. Chase Lucas has been a revelation, showing versatility and intelligence in coverage, particularly when defenses disguise schemes and blitzes. Nick Martin continues to complement the defensive effort with his versatility. Evan Anderson and Robert Beal Jr., though unlikely to make the final roster, have shown flashes of ability that make preseason exciting. Meanwhile, the safeties, including Jason Pinnock, Maris Siegel, Jabrown, and Siran Neal, are building a solid foundation. Their ability to read plays, support coverage, and tackle efficiently gives the defense the flexibility it needs to adapt in real time during games. Ultimately, the preseason has provided a clear window into the 49ers' culture and potential. Players are stepping up, competition is fierce, and coaching is extracting the most from everyone on the roster. From offensive line precision to defensive versatility, from special teams reliability to individual breakout performances, the signs are overwhelmingly positive. Watching this team coalesce, seeing young players make their mark, and observing strategic decisions that shape the roster provides a compelling narrative that sets the stage for a thrilling regular season. But before we dive in, don't forget to subscribe to 49ers Zone and hit the like button on this video. Your support helps us keep bringing you the latest updates on the San Francisco 49ers. And don't forget to share your thoughts on the news in the comments below. Whispers have begun circulating across the NFL community, creating a storm of speculation that has left fans and analysts scrambling to make sense of the latest developments surrounding Christian McCaffrey, the elite running back whose presence in the league has consistently shifted the balance of power for any team fortunate enough to claim him. Sources close to the San Francisco 49ers locker room suggest that a deal has been quietly finalized, one that will see McCaffrey departing from the West Coast, leaving a gaping hole in a backfield that has relied heavily on his versatility and dynamic playmaking abilities. The news, while still being treated with caution due to the absence of an official announcement, has sparked a frenzy among rival franchises, with executives reportedly lining up to explore potential trades that could bring the star player into their fold. McCaffrey's impact on the field has always been multidimensional. His ability to line up as a runner, receiver, and even occasionally as a decoy has given coaches a strategic edge that few other players can replicate. The prospect of losing such a pivotal asset has already initiated internal discussions within the 49ers organization, with sources hinting that the move could be part of a larger plan to restructure the team's offensive identity, potentially opening the door for younger talents to step into more prominent roles. Rumors swirling in the sports media landscape indicate that Christian McCaffrey's exit from San Francisco may not just be a simple roster adjustment, but a calculated move aimed at long-term flexibility, salary cap management, and strategic reinvention. Insiders suggest that conversations have been ongoing for weeks, with McCaffrey's camp and the 49ers front office exploring every possible avenue to maximize value in exchange for the star running back. While the specifics of the trade remain tightly held, speculation points toward a package that could include high draft picks or multiple players, signaling that the 49ers are looking to rebuild key areas of their roster rather than settle for a single, straightforward replacement. Analysts are already weighing the ripple effects on the NFC West, contemplating how McCaffrey's absence could alter the balance of power within a division that has traditionally been highly competitive. Fans are dissecting every tweet, press snippet, and insider tip, trying to decipher the underlying strategy that prompted such a seismic shift, while rival teams are reportedly adjusting their tactical approaches in anticipation of welcoming one of the league's most dynamic offensive weapons. The narrative emerging from this situation suggests a complex interplay between financial considerations, on-field performance, and locker room dynamics, all of which make McCaffrey's potential departure an endlessly intriguing story. The potential ramifications of Christian McCaffrey leaving the 49ers extend far beyond immediate gameplay, with coaching strategies, offensive schematics, and even fan loyalty hanging in the balance. Sources suggest that the 49ers' offensive coordinator has been forced to reconsider the playbook, as McCaffrey's ability to seamlessly transition between running, catching, and blocking has been integral to game plans for multiple seasons. Observers have noted that losing a player of his caliber creates a vacuum that cannot easily be filled by conventional replacements, necessitating creative adjustments that could redefine the team's offensive philosophy. Meanwhile, the locker room is reportedly experiencing subtle tremors, with teammates expressing admiration for McCaffrey's work ethic and leadership, and simultaneously bracing for the impact his departure might have on team morale. Industry insiders hint at potential ripple effects across the league, as teams jockeying for playoff positioning may see a strategic advantage or disadvantage depending on their ability to integrate McCaffrey's multifaceted skill set. Betting markets, analysts, and fantasy football participants are all reacting in real time, recalibrating projections, and assessing how a move of this magnitude might shift league-wide dynamics. The intensity of speculation underscores the fact that this is not just a transactional moment, but a cultural event within professional football circles, affecting narratives, allegiances, and expectations on multiple fronts. Amid the ongoing speculation, attention is turned to where Christian McCaffrey might land, with numerous franchises rumored to be in pursuit of the running back, each considering how his unique skill set could transform offensive capabilities. While no deal has been publicly confirmed, insiders hint at multiple teams exploring complex trade scenarios, each attempting to structure proposals that would align with salary cap constraints while offering immediate competitive impact. The chatter suggests that McCaffrey's decision-making process, influenced by factors such as team culture, championship prospects, and personal goals, could play a decisive role in shaping the final outcome, adding another layer of intrigue to an already sensational narrative. Analysts are debating whether a move to an NFC or AFC contender would maximize his chances for postseason success, with some speculating that the player himself may seek an environment that leverages his versatility to the fullest. Meanwhile, social media has erupted with fan theories, mock trades, and heated debates, illustrating just how much resonance McCaffrey's status holds in the broader football conversation. The atmosphere surrounding this rumored departure is reminiscent of historic NFL shakeups, where a single player's movement triggers cascading reactions across league strategy, market valuation, and media coverage, ultimately highlighting the delicate balance between individual talent and organizational ambition that defines modern professional football. Every insider snippet is dissected for clues, fueling an ongoing narrative that seems destined to dominate sports headlines for weeks. As the dust settles, the potential exit of Christian McCaffrey from the 49ers serves as a catalyst for discussions on player empowerment, team-building strategies, and the evolving dynamics of professional football management. League executives are reportedly evaluating how this move could influence not just immediate performance, but long-term planning, including the cultivation of emerging talent, contract negotiations, and overall roster flexibility. Rumors indicate that. That's it for this update. If you enjoyed the video and want to keep receiving exclusive news about the San Francisco 49ers, make sure to subscribe to 49ers Zone and give this video a like. We always look forward to hearing your comments and opinions. See you in the next video.